Okay, I took a break from my rotiverter mind warping and I put together this alternator, which at 450 RPMs should be able to make 60 hertz and run the rotiverter. So I could spin this with a DC motor of mine or something pretty efficient and make 60 hertz AC. Or first of all, I'll just spin it with the rotiverter and see how much it makes. And I could also rectify all this, maybe run some coils in parallel to give good amps, not so much voltage, and run an inverter with this that powers the rotiverter. So this is another tool for looping. So these are coils with black sand cores, like Bill Moeller would say to do. Very low hysteresis, minimal latch, and notice the magnet over here is in between the magnet over here. So I've shown this a few times in videos. The magnet here hits the coil north facing in, and then this magnet hits the coil also north facing in. So you're going to make AC because you hit one side of the coil and then the other side of the coil, and then in alternating fashion. The air gap here is a little bit bigger than over here. It's really easy adjustable. And what else about this? Spins really easy. This hole here is going to be for Hall effect, and I have little magnets Let's see if I can show them. There's 8 magnets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 8 coils. So if I want to power this by pulsing these coils, maybe just some of them, and then the rest generator coils, whatever I want to do, or I can take power out and by pulsing them at the peaks. I can do lots of stuff. Okay, so there's that. And coming up next also is, this is my Romero UK variant, and these are Litz wire coils wound on sewing machine spools, and there's 7 of them, and each of them has a full wave bridge coming off into a cap. And I made this thing before, but it was such an ugly thing. I took it apart, and it has a special rotor. Let me show you that. This is the rotor that goes in that Romero UK variant. It goes in between the stators. So that one of these stators is on each side of this rotor. And you notice the magnets here. This is north where my thumb is, and this is north where my thumb is. So it has a bucking permanent magnet field that kind of shoots out. And right in that gap between the two north fields is right where the rotor passes over the ferrite cores. And I tested this out already, being spun by a rotoverter. I'm not sure how good or bad it did, but I can look in my old videos, get an idea. And it should run better than it did before when I'm through with this. So it'll have 14 of these little coils making power, and this is 9 coil positions against 8 magnets. That's the Muller formula also, and that's what Romero UK did. So it has very little latch when it spins. And if you want to make it a motor, you just power like 1 and 2 maybe. That's what Romero did. Or you can spin it with a DC motor or something. So there's 2 things I've got going. And I'll spin this a little more. Look at that, it spins great. Okay, well, thanks for watching.